Welcome to the review of the Lucky 7 method. As you can see, we have the problem of 372 divided by 3, and there's a hashtag to the side that has been written previously. So what we want to do is go ahead and draw our 7 and write our 3, which is our divisor, and then our dividend goes underneath the 7 bracket. And we're going to go ahead and fill this bracket out. I'm going to change the color so that we can see it a little bit better. And you're going to count by your threes. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and 27. Now, remember, we need to do one more hashtag in order to get over because we actually have 372 right there. So we know that if we do another hashtag, it will be counting by tens this time, but in sets of 30s. So with threes, I should say. So starting this one, this would be 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270, and I should have already numbered these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So those are all like, for example, 3 times 9 is 27, and this is 3 times 10, 3 times 20, 3 times 30, and so forth and so on. So 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. And as you can see, we have 270, so we need another hashtag. We can go as many as we need to until we do not go over 372. So on this next one, it's 3 times 100. So that would be 300. The next one would be 600, and we know we don't really need to do any more of these because 600 is bigger than 372. So we actually do not need to go beyond that, but we know that this is times 100. So we know that 3 times 100, because we have 3 times 100, which is right here, 3 times 100 in our hashtag, we would subtract 300. 2 minus 0 is 2, 7 minus 0 is 7, and 3 minus 3 is 0. Now, our new number that we want to look for is 72. So we go back over to our bracket and we look here, 21, 24, 27. We want to find the closest number to 72 without going over. So we have 30, 60, 90. 90 is too big, but 60 is just about right, because that's the closest number without going over. So we write the number in our bracket right there, 60 under here, but our circled number goes out here. So because we know that 3 times 20 gives us 60. After we go ahead and subtract, 2 minus 0 is 2, 7 minus 6 is 1. Now our new number to look for our bracket when we go back over here is 12. And here it is. So we know that 3 times 4, so we're going to write the 4 out here and the 12 here. We should probably change the colors so that it's just a little bit better visually. And we know that 12 minus 12 is 0. So there's no remainder in this division problem. In order to get our quotient, remember the quotient is the answer to a division problem. It's a fancy word for answer to a division problem. Then we go ahead and we add these numbers up right here. I always like to go to this side because then I can line them up according to place value. So 0 plus 0 is 4, 0 plus 2 is 2, and we bring down the 1. So our quotient is 300. Or excuse me, our quotient, I said the wrong number. Our quotient is 124. which is right here. Again, we check our answers. We check our answers. We check our answers. We check our answers. That is something I trained you and taught you on earlier, just so that it could be so much easier for you. Now, to make sure that you're doing the right work, 124 is 100 plus 20 plus 4, and then we take our dividend and we multiply. So then we go ahead and we solve. Hopefully this is all familiar because this is a review. 3 times 100 is 300. 3 times 20 is 60. And 3 times 4 is 12. When you add those together, you get 0 plus 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 6 plus 1 is 7. And bring down the 3. Again, our product matches our dividend. So when those matches, we know that 124 is the correct answer. We're going to do one more problem just for the review sake. And I just want to let you know again to remind you that you can stop and preview or rewind anytime you need. Now we're going to go ahead and draw our 7 model. 6 goes on the outside, 100 goes here. And then we start to solve. I've already done the hashtags in advance. This is something you will have to do on your own because you know how to do it. And studying multiplication, this is really going to pay off. So again, we need to find the number closest to 100 without going over. And we know that 120 is too much, so it won't be this one. It will be 60. So we're going to subtract 60 here, and then the bubble number, or the number that is on top, gets written out here. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 10, because we're going to borrow, minus 6 is 4. Now we have a new number to look over here in our bracket. And the closest number here is 42. 42 is too much because we need a number that's closest to 40 without going over, and that would be 36. So we write 36 here, and the number that's the bubble number up above, we write out here. Because 6 times 6 would give us 36. We would subtract 0 minus 6. We cannot do because, we have to borrow, because if you have 0, you can't take 6 away from that. So there goes the 3. We regroup. 10 minus 6 is 4. And this number is now smaller than the dividend, so we cannot keep going. So that's going to be our remainder. Now remember, take these numbers over here and we add them together. We line them up accordingly to place value, and we get the answer of 16. Now, we need to check our answer again. So we take our dividend and we multiply using the box method or the area method. 10 plus 6 is 16. So 6 times 10 would give us 60. 6 times 6 would give us 36. And together, 60 plus 36 is 96. And you're thinking, wait, that's not 100. Yep, it's not. But we need to add our remainder. So we take 96 plus 4, and that gives us 100. There you go. The correct answer is 16 remainder 4. Not just 16, 16 remainder 4. You are going to do awesome. Hopefully this is coming back to you like riding a bike.